Paint protection has come such a long way in the last few years. We have so many more options today in how we can provide our cars with much longer lasting and superior coatings that not only protect our investment, but also make the upkeep of our cars so much easier. For many of us, we're used to using a traditional wax to add some protection to our car's paint. And although it's been a great method for decades, times are changing, and the benefits of using a high quality glass coating that'll last for years instead of months is really becoming the way forward. Now, there can be a little uncertainty when using a coating for the first time. So I want to go through the steps with you and introduce you to the Ultimate Paint Protection Kit, which includes almost everything you need to apply your first coating. The first step is to use Reset. This is an intensified cleaning shampoo to provide a greater cleaning ability. More importantly, it doesn't contain certain ingredients found in many other car washes that can prevent the coating from bonding to the paint. So using a safe 2-bucket wash method, add Reset to one of the buckets and fill it up with your hose to create some foaming suds. If you have a pressure washer, you can begin by pre-soak foaming your car, but if you don't, just rinse the car down first to remove the loose dirt. And then using your wash mitt, begin with the roof and work your way down and around the vehicle, working a panel at a time and rinsing your wash mitt in the second bucket before moving on to the next panel. Once you're done, give the car a good rinse down and move on to the next stage. Step 2 is using Purify and claying the paint. Purify is an advanced clay lubricant that also breaks down iron particles and traffic film buildup in one easy step. This is really vital to ensure that all the contaminants are removed, as the coating requires clean bare paint to effectively bond and last for years. You can apply Purify while the paint is still wet by just spraying it onto a panel section at a time. Give it a couple of minutes to start breaking down the impurities, and it'll start to turn them into a purple colour to show it's working. Then take a piece of your clay bar, flatten it out and begin running it over the section you've just applied Purify to further pick up and remove the more stubborn bonded particles. If the product starts to dry, just spray a little more and continue claying the paint. Give the area a good rinse down with water and fill the paint with your hand. If it still feels rough, just repeat the process. But if it feels smooth, continue on to the next panel until the whole car is done. Once all the paint has been treated with Purify and the clay bar, give it another quick wash with Reset to remove all of the impurities and residue still remaining on the paint, and then dry the vehicle using a microfiber drying towel. The last step in the cleaning process is to use a razor. This is an alcohol-based cleaner used for the final stage to ensure there's no remaining residue or contaminants left on the paint before applying your coating. Simply spray it onto a panel at a time, and working your way around and down the vehicle, use a microfiber cloth to spread it around, then turn your cloth over for a final wipe down. Now at this stage, if it's a new car or the paint is in great condition without any swirls or scratches, you can then proceed to applying the coating. But if the paint is in need of correction, you should proceed to polishing to remove those defects and ensure the paint is in great condition before applying a coating that will seal the finish. Before you apply the Sequartz UK coating, ensure you have a well-ventilated area and to wear gloves. Place the suede applicator cloth over your foam applicator and apply a line of drops across the centre of the cloth. Apply to a small panel section at a time by using straight overlapping vertical lines followed by horizontal lines to ensure you get even coverage. This product tends to flash quickly, which means it needs to be wiped off rather quick depending on the weather. Usually in the Aussie climate, it only needs about 30 seconds to a minute before you wipe off the remaining residue. So if it starts to feel grippy or too hard to wipe off, that usually means you're waiting too long. Use 2 cloths for the wipe off or levelling down the coating as it's known. The first cloth is used to pick up the majority of the residue, and the second is used to ensure there's no streaking and that you have a nice clean application. Turn to a fresh side of your cloth after each section and grab some new cloths once every side of them has been used up. Also, be sure to overlap the coating when you apply to the next panel section to make sure you don't miss any spots. Work your way around the car using the same technique and be sure to have adequate lighting so that you can clearly see you haven't missed any spots. For best results, a second or even third layer of this coating can be applied almost straight after you finish the first application. The last step before you're done is applying reload over the coating. This can be done in as little as 2 hours after the coating has been applied. Reload will aid the coating during the curing process of that first week that it needs to fully harden and set, but it'll also add a little more shine to the finish and also extend the coating's life a little longer. Its application is really quick and simple. Just give a small panel section 1 or 2 sprays, use a microfiber cloth to spread it around, then flip the cloth over for a final wipe down. So there you have it when it comes to giving your car the best long-lasting protection that a glass coating can provide. Be sure to wait 24 hours before getting the paint wet and give it a full week before you wash the car. But apart from that, you should enjoy years of protection and a much easier maintenance upkeep of your vehicle, as it'll be a lot easier to keep clean with this fantastic paint protection in place.